This sucks. I know it sucks. You put all this time into your application, you sent it off, you waited for probably a month or several months, and now you've been rejected and you feel like you wasted a lot of your time. I know what you're feeling, I've been there. I'll link my Ivy Day results from 2017 up in the corner here. College rejections are just a part of the process now. Every year it becomes harder to get into college, and it is harder now in the United States to get into college than it has ever been. Acceptance rates are at historic lows now. Stanford is below 5%. The rest of the Ivy Leagues are all below 15% and steadily decreasing. And if you're applying to heavily competitive schools, you should probably expect a couple of rejections. One of the most important things to keep in mind is that these decisions are not personal. I know they feel really personal, but usually they're not. All you've done is written a couple of essays, you sent off your grades and standardized test scores and a list of extracurriculars to this school, and then they spent probably between 10 and 20 minutes evaluating your application, writing yes, no, or waitlist, and then that's the end of the day. They go through thousands of applications every single year, and it's impossible for them to give each one individualized attention. They don't know you. They just know what is in your file. And based on that, they have to make a decision. So even though that application probably does not do a good job of summarizing who you are as a person, what you believe, what you stand for, everything that you've accomplished, that's all that colleges have to go on. And unfortunately, with the way college applications are in America, there's no way around that. A lot of these highly selective colleges have application pools of well into the tens of thousands, and they can only admit a couple thousand students. For example, Harvard gets about 30,000 applications a year for an entering class of under 1,700. So the math there is really difficult, and a ton of qualified applicants get rejected. That's another thing. If you're applying to these schools, chances are you're qualified. You did well in high school, you have a good track record, you could definitely handle the work at this university, but there just aren't enough spots. And that's the case for a lot of these schools, especially at highly selective schools, but really at any school that has selective admissions, there just aren't enough spots for everybody who's applying. Don't get discouraged just because they weren't able to take you. You hear about, oh, your one friend who got in, or friend of a friend, or you see all these videos that go viral on Facebook or YouTube or whatever of kids freaking out on getting to Harvard or Stanford or schools like that. But the vast majority of applicants are in the exact same shoes as you. They don't get in, they're qualified, they've worked hard, and they're really disappointed. And that's okay. It's okay to be disappointed. That's totally understandable, but it's really important to keep it in perspective. Most applicants are in your shoes. You're going to be successful whatever you end up doing, whether that's going to a different college, going into the military, or entering the workforce. You're gonna do well wherever you go. And if you go to a different college than the one you originally wanted to go to just because you didn't get in, you're going to be fine. You're going to do well at another college. A lot of other colleges want you to come there. They admitted you for a reason. Something else to keep in mind is that you have the option to transfer. You can apply as a transfer throughout pretty much all of freshman and sophomore years, but you're probably not going to want to. You're probably going to get to a school and you're going to do okay there. You can be successful in life regardless of where you go to college. What's important is that you do well wherever you go, and you maintain the drive that led you to apply to these highly selective schools, where you knew the odds were not in your favor, but you still took the chance anyway. I know it's hard to stay positive right now, but I promise you it's going to get easier. And when you finally do get to a college, regardless of what that college is, you're probably going to do well there. So just to recap, it sucks. I know it sucks. It's okay to feel bad for yourself right now, but I promise it's going to get easier to deal with. And in a couple of months, this won't matter to you pretty much at all. It's just an application. An application does not reflect the person who you are or the person that you will become. It's just a quick summary of some stuff that you've done and something you wrote, and that's it. A lot of these schools just don't have space for all of the applicants who want to go there, regardless of the fact that most of the applicants, including you, are probably qualified to attend. Admissions offices deal with a lot, so there are a lot of reasons that you do or don't get into a school that are not necessarily just the strength of your application. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Right now, I know most of you watching are in a tough spot, but I promise you it's gonna get better. Just, keep your head up to the best of your ability. If you have any comments or questions, go ahead and leave them down below and I'll get back to them as quick as I can. Again, thanks for watching, guys, and take care.